With the Munger Shaw fire being mostly contained, fire officials say the forests have already seen signs of beginning to recover. The recent precipitation and cold conditions have helped maintain the fire, bringing containment to 95%. Now, despite a fire's destructive path, officials say forests can actually benefit from them in various ways. Officials say people can still expect to see smoke, but to not worry as long as it's inside the burn zone. The Minnesota State team will be handing the fire responsibilities back over to local Cloquet DNR Forestry starting tomorrow. Peg Robertson offers some insight into how a forest can recover from a wildfire.
This is a boreal forest, so it's a fire-adapted ecosystem. And fire is a natural disturbance, so you do see right away the forest responding to that, and some real benefits as far as creating a seed bed for trees to grow.
And as we get updates regarding containment efforts related to the wildfires, of course, stay connected with us online and on air at northernnewsnow.com.